You're probably asking yourself, well, who is she? Who is Katya? And why do I want to trust her with the process, with guidance, with coaching? That's why I created this video. I also truly believe that people buy from people and connect with people who they know, like, and trust. And it's been like that for centuries. So that's why I want to share my story, a little bit of my story, or we'll be here for a couple of days. That's for my book, for the future book. But I'll share a little bit what's relevant. And I also want to share my philosophy, my personal philosophy on life. And life to me spells love, impact with integrity, freedom of expression, and evolvement. Because we constantly evolve, we go to the next level and next level and next level, right? So we constantly evolve in this life. Life is a game, and we're just enjoying it as we're going through levels, right? Through the next level and next level. So again, life to me spells love, impact with integrity, freedom of expression, and evolvement.
I think just the understanding that there's such great potential and it doesn't have to be difficult. It doesn't have to be difficult. I need to keep remembering that. And it can be an opportunity to really play and find your creative style. So that way we're able to put ourselves out in a brand new way.
Yeah, fantastic. So and I will be doing this probably in 6 months or something like that or later. If somebody's kind of wondering, should they join or not, what would you tell them?
Well, I know that I'm going to be joining the membership this weekend. So what I would say is, like, just from the, this week, the support that is given is like, next level type of support and attention, and really the attention to detail is, quite astounding from what I've seen already.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. And I'm going to welcome you right now, even before you join. So welcome, welcome.
The workshop itself was so professionally done. It was fun. It was exciting, creatively exciting. And Katya took such good care of us and made sure that everyone was seen and heard and got personal attention. I never felt rushed. I always felt like I was getting attention. And by the time the workshop ended, our cards were not just finished, but they were ready to be marketed and used and implemented. And I love that about the workshop. That's super valuable. I had this wonderful creative flow. It just unblocked blocks for me. So if you're on the fence about any of this, I want to say just do it. And to Katya, I just want to say thank you so much. I'm looking forward to the year ahead.
When I met Katya, I immediately signed up for her subscription-based course, which gives so much value for such a little amount of money. And I learned already so much that when I wanted to really step into that Oracle deck, I thought I need her help. I want her to be the coach alongside of me. The first reason I wanted her help was to learn how to prompt and how to include styles. I was not sure which style I wanted. There were so many things I liked. And Katya is really hands-on. She said, oh, come on. We start prompting and we start looking at what you like and making decisions. So immediately from the first call we had, I had, yes, that's it. Yes, I can do it. I can do it. And at that time I thought, oh, I would have had enough with this 1 hour, and I had 8 hours. So immediately I had everything I wanted out of that first session. But then, of course, we went on with other things, and I must admit, I'm so happy I made this investment, because my Oracle deck would really not have been what it is turning out now. If you're doubting to choose for Katja, do not doubt. I can assure you she has so much experience in Oracle cards. She has so much experience in art. She has a feel for it. And the combination of her experience with being an entrepreneur makes that combination so, yes, you have to do it. That's all I can say. It will be a very wise investment decision for this year.
Well, after the second day, I was really blown away by one, the way you guide people, and the power of using this software, because this is something that seemed for me like I would never be able to understand how to use AI in my work. And so the way that you presented it and teach it in a very easy to understand way, and you just have a great energy.
Well, thank you.
You have a great
you.
energy. I'm really enjoying watching you and the interaction with other students and all that kind of thing. So yeah, and my creativity, like I say, just in the last week, as my mind has got all these ideas of how I could use these Oracle cards in my work. As a matter of fact, last night I just did a test on my Facebook page, and people are like, "Oh, that's beautiful," and I'm asking people to respond to the one card. So I know there's a lot more to learn, and the information yesterday with the guy from
Nick.
Deckable, I think that
Yeah.
was really great information. So that's a great partnership that you've got there that's available for us.
Not much time to prepare.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for coming to our roundtable number 2. We had one earlier in the morning, run a little bit later, so we'll see if we can squeeze everything in 1 hour, just out of the respect of your time. However, if any of you have questions, we'll keep going until we answer all of your questions, okay? I just want to make sure. So, well, hello, everyone. Drop in. What time is it where you are? It's 5:01 my time. So what time is it there, and where are you joining us from? And I'm going to be checking, as always, 3 places. YouTube should not be there, but sometimes people, strugglers, and I'm checking community as well. Okay, so, and I have Leah here joining as well. Welcome. Let's see. So far, so good. Ronnie is Eastern Australia. Gillian is Tasmania. Gillian, we were just chatting actually in the comments with one of the members, and she owns Crystal Store in Tasmania. And she said that if somebody wants to carry their decks from my members, that you can reach out to her, and I will tag you in there so you can actually, and Ronnie, you're not too far either because you're in Australia. So that could, I know it's not close. I get it. Gillian taught me. Trust me. I used to say to Gillian all the time that she's from Australia. And she's like, no, I'm not from Australia. I'm from Tasmania. I'm just joking. She trained me. But I mean, it's much closer to, you are much closer to Tasmania than we are in North America, right? So if you want to talk to her, I will tag both of you, and I also will tag her in this video so she can watch and actually meet you, okay? So which is wonderful. Okay, so first what I wanted to do, I had a couple of messages sent to me asking me again to go over what is the difference between monthly membership, annual membership, and VIP. So what I'm going to do, I already posted it in our, like underneath this call, but I am going to grab the little flyer here, and I'm going to share very quickly because I know I want to give the floor to all of the members. Okay, so you can see my screen now, right? Okay, good. Just let me know, oh, and wait a second, I need to let a couple of more people in. Perfect. Okay. Whose birthday is this? Jillian birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to Jillian. Happy birthday. Okay, so I will go very, very quickly. I'm not going to go in all the details because you can pull it up. I will kind of do the overall. The monthly one will cover everything that you need and any of these options, right? So annual or VIP, it's cancel anytime. There's no prorated. So if you, well, there's 7 days money back guarantee. So if you joined and then for whatever reason within 7 days you want to cancel, then I will give you a refund as well. Other than that, you are looking at, you can cancel anytime, right? So cancel anytime. And the difference is in a monthly memberships, you have everything that you need, but you don't have additional things like you don't have access to my paid workshop. So if you watched call this morning, Jen was talking specifically about that I create a lot of paid workshops as well. My annual members and my VIPs have access to them complimentary, but my regular members have a discounted access to those workshops. I always will give you grandmother's special price. You never pay what other people pay, but you still will pay something for those additional workshops, additionally to the quarterly ones that I do that's included in membership, okay? That's one thing. Another thing is you have access to more programs and you have access to Kickstarter checklist and everything else. You also have access to programs like social media planning calendar. And that is a very important one because everyone is, if you're planning to use social media, it could be very time consuming, but the way that I teach you, actually giving you ideas for 365 days. They are also researched ideas. I include hooks for you. I include AI assistant who can write, social media posts. I'm actually in the process of upgrading this one because it's a little bit outdated and I always look at my GPTs and you use my GPTs so you know how they work. So this one a little bit outdated, so I will be upgrading it very soon before 2026. So that's the difference. Now for monthly and annual membership, so monthly is $47, annual is normally $470, but right now until October 10th, $390. And the link is working. So thank you everyone for your patience. Well, now we're seeing people joining in. Thank you for notifying me also because I was like kind of like what is happening there. Okay, so it is working now, so thanks God that it's been quickly fixed. So normally $470, but it's $390 until October 10th. And VIP lounge is $1111 normally, it's $777 until October 10th. I only have 2 spots. I just don't have capacity. I also have a hypnosis business where I have one-on-one hypnosis sessions and also group ones. So I always very careful how much one-on-one time I can give because I don't want to overcommit and then don't deliver. So I only have 2 spots in here. The difference with VIP, you get advanced portrait workshop and you also get live lunch alchemy. This one is a very, very robust program. It's literally teaching you how I've done this launch. Like it's teaching you, how did I get almost 1111, right? So we are almost at 1100. I think we're 1,067 members. So it's actually teaching you how to run the launch if you want it for your business. You also get 90 minutes business audit where I literally audit all of your business and give you action plan for 90 days. And then you get individual action plan where for 90 days, where you will post under specific thread only for VIPs and I get feedback on your action plan, not inside community necessarily. You always can join the calls and you can discuss everything on a call. It doesn't matter if you monthly, annual, or VIP. I don't say, oh, Ronnie is from VIP, so she will go first. We don't do that, right? So if Ronnie is VIP, we have action plan and we can discuss everything there, but there is no preference. You are, all of you are my VIPs, right? So that's very important to know because sometimes people asking me. So that's the difference, right? So it has support. So if you think about that, you are here for passion project, $47 a month is all you need. You don't need anything else. If you're thinking that you want to now turn your passion to profit as well and really take it serious, it will take you at least a year, not just build the Oracle cards. Creating the deck and designing it, it's the fastest and easiest thing to do. So the next steps are, how do you promote it? How you build your audience, marketing, sales, and all of that stuff. So that's where you will commit for a year. And when you do make a decision, look at this adventure. We have now, I think we already have about 8 finishers, and we're only day 5 today. So it's incredible. If you make a decision, if you commit, you actually will finish. Same thing with annual. If you commit to annual, you will finish because it's an investment, right? So you have a skin in the game there as well. And it's also it's, if you calculate, you're saving so much money as well. And VIP is mostly for the people who already have a business. Let's say you have a coaching business and you want to integrate and you want to really get your deck and turn it into extension of your business. As an example, like Anne did, like I was giving you example when she created the very robust signature program. So it made sense for her to be in VIP because Live Launch Alchemy was included there. And just by even participating in Live Launch Alchemy with that help, she was able to have 30,000 launch, right? So now I'm not claiming, I'm not saying that you will make it, but VIP would be for more established entrepreneurs and business owners. So this is how I differentiate it. So hobby, $47 a month. If you truly committed and want to turn it into some additional income as well, annual. And then if you already established and you just want to turn your deck as an extension of your business or start of your business or complementary to your business, that you would want to be in a VIP. Okay. So if any questions there, just let me know. And if not, you can see it right underneath this video, at the bottom. Okay, perfect. All righty. So now let's go and let's start with all of our beautiful members here in no particular order. Just let me know who wants to go first. And if I don't have your link, you feel free. You can share the screen. You can also share the screen. You can also put your links in the comments as well. I do have links from some of you. I don't for some of the other people. Okay. So anybody who wants to go first, and also guys, if you have questions, just drop them down and you can say, if you have a question for me, just say question for Katya. If you have a general question, any of the members will pick it up. Okay. Sounds good. Perfect. So who wants to go first? Don't all go at once. Does the birthday girl wants to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first.
Okay, well, hello, birthday girl.
Yeah, no, it's my day today.
It's your day. So we're going to put spotlight on you. Here we go. Okay, so, and this is Jillian. And Jillian is going to let us know how long she's been with Oracle Cards Magic. She's also almost graduated from my Certified Deck Creator program. I don't offer it right now and will not be offered until sometime middle or end of next year. Okay, so, but she is finishing, we're just finishing this program. So just let us know, how did you find me? Why did you join? And what has your experience been like?
Thanks, Katya. Yes, I found you on a Facebook ad, a sponsor post, and it was your challenge at the beginning of last year.
Mm-hmm.
2024 on creating 25
Yeah.
cards in a few days, and I must admit I lost it a little bit with that one. I didn't finish, but it was just the idea brewing there that this is something I might actually want to do. And I can't remember exactly when it was that I joined up with you, but I've been a member now for a while, within the last year at least. And I signed up for your certified deck creation course. So that's what I'm doing. And in July last year, I was diagnosed with Meniere's disease, which is to do with the balance and the loss of hearing. And I have subsequently, in the last 3-4 months, been told I was misdiagnosed. They're putting my hearing loss down to aging. And so from that, I decided that I'd like to create an oracle card deck. It's a sort of a healing for me to going from, and I think I'm calling it dizziness, from dizziness to balance. It'll be based around the symptomology and the causal emotions involved with Meniere's, which is vertigo, dizziness, ringing in the ears. You can have drop attacks and just a number of things. So my cards are going to be divided up into four structures. One is symptoms as signals. There'll be 11 cards, and these cards validate physical struggles and offer emotional reframing. Then it's emotional roots, helps identify hidden emotional contributors to flare-ups. The empowerment pathways, tools and practices to regain agency and balance. And balance and renewal, long-term empowerment themes, including reclaiming joy, resilience, and peace. And I haven't got these into my own wording and things yet. I've got the whole structure. Thank you, Katja, for Deck Genius.
Awesome.
Because it just helped me cement what my ideas were, what I'm going to do, and it's given me the prompt. So I've generated my images.
Awesome.
And they're all set up just very roughly in the Canva link that I sent you.
Yeah. I don't have access to that link, unfortunately, because you did not give me permission. Okay, so it's like you did not give me permission, but if you have it in front of you, you can share a screen.
I could share screen, yes.
Yes, you can share a screen, yeah. You locked me out.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
It was not intentional, I
No,
promise.
I know it wasn't. Yeah. You
So,
can do it as a grid if you click on those 4 squares, so you
yes,
can see
good,
all of
yeah.
it. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Yeah. So this one is just easier for everyone to see. Yeah. Yeah. Look
So
at
if you can
that.
just bear in mind that the writing and things is done, it's created in Midjourney, and
Yeah.
it's not right. It's not what I want. So I'll be making changes. So these images and things, I just put them in here so that I had something to go through with you.
Yeah.
So like the heading empowerment pathways will go into this first card, which is the water lily.
Yeah.
And then on this card, you will have, I just need to find what the information is that goes there. It'll be the affirmation.
Yes, Berglind, are you not seeing it? Just want to make sure, does everyone see the images that Gillian is sharing?
Mine's telling me that my shared screen can only be seen by host and co-hosts.
Oh, okay. What's going on here? Let's see. How about now? Can you see now?
It should be now.
Good. Okay.
Yeah.
Zoom has
Thank
now double authentication. So, all of this new things. Okay, perfect. Okay, perfect. Yeah. So if you can just go and show all of the cards, and they look like just absolutely amazing. But I also want you to, yeah, that's beautiful. Awesome. So beautiful. Wow. Very, very good. And it's just a beginning, right? So you're just starting that.
Oh,
So
yeah.
yeah,
So
can you share with us, because I know that after that first adventure, you also created a deck for somebody else. So can you talk a little bit about that?
Oh yeah, I actually created 2 decks for somebody. She is writing a trilogy of books. So she's written 2 of the books. She's busy with the third one. And the first 2 books, she asked me if I could create her decks of cards based on the characters in the books. And yeah, so she gave me an idea. She actually gave me pictures of what she wanted the character to look like and gave a description of it, which I'll put into Midjourney. And we came up with the cards and things in. She just gave me the text to go. And if you're okay, I can actually share that
Yeah,
with
absolutely. Please do.
you.
So it's
So
such a
just
great idea. So what Gillian did the cards where she brought the characters of book to life for that writer, right? So it's incredible. And I thought that was a brilliant idea.
oh, now I'm not going to be able to find them, are you? So you
Of
can just
course,
have
yeah. Yeah, it's always when you're trying to
Oh, here we
find,
go.
yeah.
So this one is one of the decks.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, I created the images in Midjourney from her prompts, what she
Yeah.
wanted. And then we tweaked them and just put them into the cards. And so the first one is the back of all of her cards, and then the front is each character
Yeah,
from
that's amazing.
that. Yeah.
Imagine if people sell their books, and I think we had a couple of people who said they wanted to have companion deck for the book, but imagine you selling the book and it actually comes with the cards where you have the pictures of every character. How unique is that and how powerful is that, right? So, and that also increases the value of your order because you can either sell just a book or you can sell book and cards, right? So, or book or cards. So, definitely increasing your increasing your profit as well. Yeah, wonderful.
So
That's
yeah, and then
fantastic.
I'm actually in the process of creating another deck of cards for a client who she's based in Tasmania, and we're doing it for her the tarot, and it's tarot cards, and all her images are her own photographs of places and fauna and flora in Tasmania.
Very cool.
So yeah, it's
Many
such an
ideas.
exciting journey. I'm
Yeah.
doing it.
I love that. I love that. Many ideas. Okay, wonderful. So can you also let us know, and if you want to close the stop sharing screen so we can actually see you, because you are the spotlight of the show, right? So can you tell us what is your favorite thing about Oracle Cards Magic?
Oh, the magic that happens there.
The magic that happen in here. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's totally a lot of magic happening. Yes. Mm-hmm.
You're just it's also a lot about you as the the facilitator and the owner of this membership. It's just you're so supportive and so encouraging, and I always feel that I can come to you and ask you absolutely anything because you're just so willing and so giving of your time and your information and knowledge. You never hold back on anything. And so for me, it's been such a wonderful support, and it's your support that has got me this far as well, because I tend to sort of get started on something and then lose it and I give up. So to be still here a year later with you, yeah, I think that's testament to to your what you give to us and the community. The community is so encouraging as well. They're beautiful, very special people.
Awesome, fantastic. Anyone has questions, okay? Because I can just come up with the questions that are, from the top of my head here. But if you guys have any questions, I really would love you to take this opportunity to to ask any of the members questions because they can answer it from their perspective, right? So, and this is all, by the way, unprepared. We didn't have any, you know, kind of scripting or anything like that. And this is just the way I do things. I just make a quick post, and if people want to join, it's great. If they don't, it's great. They just volunteer. And we always, like with every adventure, we always have different people. Some of them repeated, but most of it, like a different people who are joining. Yeah, so no
Thanks,
questions
Katya.
so far? You can also open up mic if you want. You don't need to type it, and you can just ask the question. You don't need to turn on your video if you don't want. Just come as you are. We don't pressure you into anything here. Okay. Okay. Well, I guess we don't have any questions right now for Jillian. Oh, I have a question for you, and that could be a very common question because we tend to have a lot of time, like people think that joining membership of you in Australia or in Tasmania, it's hard to follow things because in a different time zone. Can you speak to that a little bit?
Sure. There are a few things that I can't attend because of, you know, my sleep is important to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you know, the replays are always there if we want to go back and watch something. And you're also wonderful, Katya, in that you do accommodate us, and you do have like this morning. This is 10 o'clock for me, which is, you know, perfect time. I'm perfectly okay with that because it fits in with me.
Mhm.
And so you are very accommodating in that way as well. Yeah, otherwise, you know, the fact that everything is always there for you to go back and refer to, even if you can't make it. I belong to another membership where I can never, ever, ever make any of the times, but it's okay because I just go and I watch the replays. So yeah, it's
Yeah. And also, if you have questions, and we talked about it in the morning as well, we have a separate thread for questions every month, and I address them. So once a month, even if I already answered the question in a thread or in a separate video, I literally go through all questions again in a call. So this way you can benefit, and you can go to the same thread and you see what questions been asked and see if there is anything that you need to do as well. Okay, here is a question from Nicole. What is the reason for using Discord? So Jillian, do you want to take it on, or do you want me to take it on? It's totally up to you.
oh, you can take that one on, Katya. You're the
I can take this one on. Okay, fantastic. Okay. Yeah, and thank you so much. So again, happy birthday. So please drop down the emojis for Jillian there. Wish her happy birthday. She's here on her birthday. I am so honored that you actually made time on your birthday and came to this call. Thank you so much. Thank you. It's just a pleasure to have you. Okay. Thank you for coming in.
Katya.
Okay, so just drop down all of the birthday for Jillian. Okay, wonderful. Good, good, good. Okay. What is the reason for using Discord? This is a really, really, yeah, absolutely, Andrea. And we can totally talk about it. And I have a couple of other questions as well there. But what is the reason to use Discord? Number one, when Midjourney came, like, you know, just started, when I started using Midjourney, it was over 3 years ago, because it was in September. I can't remember the date. I can look it up, but I'm not going to waste time now. So I've been using it in master, and it's like, you know, over 3 years. When it just started, it wasn't available on the web. It became available on the web later. But here's the reasons why I still use a lot of time in a Discord. I find my creations in Discord are much more accurate than a web. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because app already learned some different styles and how I prompt. And a lot of members actually say very, very similar things. That's one thing. But if you started using web, that could be, you know, you just, maybe you trained the web up in the same way. So my app has a history of over 3 years. So that's one thing. Another thing is that in Discord, I'm not distracted by anything else, right? So, and I'm going to show you what I mean by that. when I'm in a web app, right? So on Midjourney, I have so many different things that I'm looking at here, right? So even when I'm creating, I have other things here. I have a bunch of stuff, and I was working on some project yesterday. You can see all those beautiful angels. And like you can go and play with a lot of things. Like to me, even like Explorer, I can be stuck on this page forever and ever. Look at this beautiful like orange styles or images or videos, right? So it's a literally big rabbit hole for me. Just go and find inspirations and not do any work, right? So when I'm in a mood to do some work, I actually go to Discord, I go to my separate server. So for example, I'm just going to go to this. I have a separate server, which has multiple channels in this server too, like this one. I have tons of channels. And whenever I'm creating something, it's all organized now. You can now organize it on a web as well, but it didn't exist before, okay? So that's another thing. I like to go into different server. I like to go to different channel. So when I'm working on a like, for example, I was working on a very specific project. It's all in a very specific folder. I can find everything in the same place. Again, you can do it now on a web-based. But one of the biggest differences, and I actually covered that in our community, what you can do in Discord and what you cannot do specifically on web. And I'm going to go there. And I believe it was day 3, but I could be mistaken. So I can, yeah, it is day 3. So right here in day 3, it shows you what can you do on a web app or what can you do on Discord. So for example, 2 things that you cannot do on web app is deleting images. And it's important if you have $10 subscription only. I also covered that in some calls, but I know calls been long. If you only have $10 subscription and if you don't have stealth or private mode, then by terms and conditions of Midjourney, all of the images that created in Midjourney are for public use. So if you created an image and somebody found this image, they can actually legally, is it ethical? I would argue not. But legally, they can take it and they can use it. And you can't delete the image. So to me, if you are not in a position to invest in subscriptions that will actually give you the privacy and stealth, I would actually create all my images in Discord. I would, as I create it, as I like the image and I know I will be using it for myself or for the client, I would save it on my device and I will delete the image. And I will show you how to delete the image. Let me just find something that I recently done so I can quickly delete. So yeah, I can delete this one. It's like literally one click. So you can delete all of them, or you can do one by one. But if you delete all of them, all you have to do when you hover your mouse, like I'm doing now, oops, and I have some people joining. So let me just annotate it so you see what I'm doing. Okay, so when I get this and I hover my mouse on the generation, see this cross? You can click on that, and that is actually going to delete your generation here and delete it from there. So if I go to, let's say I didn't really like this image, I can click on that and it's deleted it. Did you see how it disappeared? So what it means now is that public is not have access to that. But of course, if it's images that you like I like this image, I would save it first and then I will delete it. Okay. Yeah. Nicole, do you want to unmute yourself? I don't know if you were trying to say something.
Unmute. Now, all I was saying is I just got really confused with it yesterday. It was just frustrating. So I thank you for clarifying. I did attend the training previously, but on the 3rd day, but it just, once I got in there.
You know what? It's complicated, and that's why I love the web version now for a lot of new people who are, and could be complicated, right? So you probably got a little bit lost in the prefer set option. And that's why I said to people, don't worry about that, right? So it's not that important at the beginning. Get comfortable. So if you want to use Discord, if you want to make sure that you deleting those images, get comfortable with Discord first. When you get comfortable with Discord, you can watch this training later on and you're like, oh, now I know what to do. Okay.
Right.
It's
Perfect.
totally fine. It's totally
Perfect.
fine. Okay.
Thank you.
You're very
Thank
welcome.
you.
You're very welcome. And we have somebody else who said they had, I think Andrea said that she had a question about Discord. Was it Andrea? Andrea, do you want to type it in or do you want to open up? Open up.
And I've got am I on speaker?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay. Hi.
Hi.
I'll just take my thing off here. Hello. Can see my face. What I wanted to ask is about so I just got a message from Discord about privacy, that something's been it's a bit concerning. So I was just wondering how just got an email today, which I have to read again, but in regards to my private information being revealed, and I think because I've got Discord and I've also got my email attached to it as well. So is that can I disconnect the email and just go through Discord? Will that improve
They would
that?
not allow you to do that. I'm not sure exactly what you're referring to. I did not see it, but if you have that email, send it to me in a private message just so I can look at it. I never had any issues in 3 years with Discord. Now, do we sometimes from time to time have a privacy issue with the companies? We absolutely do, because like even companies like Stripe, right? So which is super secure, that's where you process your payments or anything like that, they do have sometimes security breaches. So I don't know what the email is referring to. Was it a security breach to their database or anything like that? So I'm welcome if you send me DM on school and just attach, like, you know, what is the email saying so I can read and understand it, and I would appreciate that. But I've been on Discord for 3 years. I have many friends and many family members who've been on Discord for many, many years. Never had an issue. You cannot disconnect your email from the app because that's how you log in, right? So that's one answer I know for you. The Discord initially, how it was designed, it was a program for gamers, right? So a lot of people do gaming on Discord, but then a lot of apps like AI apps use Discord as just for communication, communities, and for their bots and so on and so forth. Okay.
All right. Thanks.
You're very welcome. Yeah. So sorry, I haven't seen anything. So, but I really would like to see that, so I understand that as well, because it's important. Okay. Awesome.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Any other questions, ladies? I don't think we have any gentlemen, and if we do, I'm so sorry. Okay. Let's see here. Yes, time is always of the essence for me, dealing with my family commitments, work, personal attachments that I have to attend, trying to finish, but yes, sleep is important. Absolutely. Sleep is always important. And I'm not I'm not proponent of the hustle culture. So I always say that you need to prioritize yourself and your well-being to anything else. Okay. Would the next plan up be better for privacy? And that was from Andrea. And let's just go and check it out so we know which one, because I don't remember. Also, some of my subscription is on a grandfather plan, so I really need to read which one has stealth mode. So the stealth mode is actually $60 a month. So that's the one. I will show you where you can see it. So you can just click on your name at the bottom left corner. Let me annotate again so you can see. So you can click, see where it says your email, right? So that's my email there. And you're going to click on there and it will give you your subscription, which one you are in. And then you can, so it will be on top. And then at the bottom, it shows other subscriptions. So it shows you right now that this is mine. So I am in Pro Plan. For very many years, I actually was in their grandfather plan, but I just recently upgraded. And you do need that Pro Plan in order for you to get the stealth. It's right here. It's a stealth mode. Okay. So that's the plan that will give you stealth mode. For a lot of you, it would make no sense to do it at this point unless you generated images for others, unless you turn it into profit. So this one might not make sense, and I totally understand that. So I would still use $10 months plan. That's enough, especially if you are at the stage of the passion product. I'm not one of those people who will tell you you need something when you don't. I will teach you how to find the workaround, okay? So even
All right. Yeah.
even with the number of hours that you have, you can actually earn extra hours without increasing your plan or upgrading your plan. And I show you how to do that inside membership as well, right? So there is a little really fun workaround how to do that. Okay.
Okay,
Excellent.
thanks. Yeah.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Okay. Okay. Kiki says she was on for games. Who would you like? Let me see if I missed any questions. I just want to make sure. What is the reason? Yes, so we already done that. So, and just to add a little bit, Nicole, as well, the reason where I was teaching you preferred set option is because you can do, you can generate images much faster, right? So you can save a lot of time. That's why I teach it. By the way, on Monday, if you join membership or already in a membership, or if you purchase separately Secret Keepers, I'm actually going to show you how to do that on a web-based, and you don't need the preferred set option. It's a brand new way. They just introduced it recently. So I'm going to be showing it and teaching everyone as well, okay? Perfect. So Jillian says, I have the $10 plan for over a year now and have not had any issues with image generate. I use it for clients' images and lots of my own and have never run out. Okay, awesome. Fantastic. Yeah, that's why I'm saying, like, you know, you don't need more. If if you're really thinking about it, I would rather like $60 and 10. The difference is 50, then invest in Oracle Cloud Magic and use $10 and that 47, and you are better off than investing in 60. Okay, who wants to go next and kind of share their stories? We'll probably run out a little bit today, like with this call as well. But I want to make sure I answer all questions. Okay. Who wants to go next? Just let me know. Andrea says, I'm planning and involving the passion project into passive income. I was thinking the $30 plan. Yeah, and it's really, we'll need to compare. So depending on what is that there, and also when you start, you don't need to do it yet, right? So, but you can always upgrade anytime and downgrade anytime as well. Yeah, good point. Really good point. Okay, awesome. So who wants to go next? We have Janet, Kiki, Ronnie, and did I miss? And also Angela. So who wants to go next? Nobody?
I'll go ahead and go next. I'll go next.
Okay, Kiki is going next. Okay, fantastic. I know Kiki sometimes doesn't have camera, and it's totally fine. We meet you the way you are with camera or without camera. It's all good.
Yeah, I'm just a little, I'm still shy. You know me, I'm still coming out of my shell. So
that's all good. Don't worry about that. Okay, so I can't spotlight you if you don't have camera, but it's totally okay. We can hear you very well.
Okay, yes. So I met you on the last 25 day, make the 25 card deck, and I liked it. And it brought back a lot of the creativity that I had stopped doing because of personal issues that were going on. And even finding a community that I was comfortable with was really hard. And but with their community, it was really easy. There's no judgment. I mean, you guys, we talk on good days, talk on bad days. So it made it really easy. I was always afraid of being judged by stuff, and there's no judgment, and we just helped each other out, and that was just something that I was drawn to.
Amazing. Can you talk a little bit about, and you mentioned that you actually wrote testimonial about that as well. You normally say that you rarely join calls in other communities or get on a call, even ask a question, even type in. And I just wanted to say that I see such a huge progress in your confidence just from years that you've been in a community, that you even said, yeah, hey, I want to come and talk about it. I want to answer people questions. And it's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so just wanted, so can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, like I said, I stutter a lot. I get nervous. And then I don't like to be judged, so I'll just rather sit in the background and just listen. But I noticed, like I said, how welcoming and encouraging everybody is, and encouragement is a lot. It really is a lot. And having like more of a family feel than just a friend feel, it makes it that much more easier, because you know that if I'm having a bad day, somebody else might be having a bad day, and we can talk or get answers from the community. And that's how it was with my first deck. Like, I was worried about I was like, it had to be perfect, because I was, oh my gosh, someone's gonna say something, and it was like, but it wasn't. After I did it, it was like a relief, because there was like no judgment. It was just helping, and yeah. So yeah.
Awesome, fantastic. Jillian said, that's so beautiful and special. Thank you for sharing and being vulnerable, Kiki. Yes. And it's a big deal for Kiki to be here at the round table, right? It's a huge deal. So give her a lot of encouragement, guys, with stickers and everything else, because you know what? It's really hard. Public speaking is not easy, right? So, and it is considered to be public speaking because not only that she's here in front of 12 people, but she's actually in front of over 1,000 people in the community. So that's a little bit scary, right? So thank you so much, guys, for giving her support. Yeah. Any questions for Kiki? Anything? And I would love to share her deck. So while you are coming up with the questions, I'm just going to grab the link very quickly so I can show Kiki's deck here. Okay. And we can see her beautiful picture too. So this is just one of, so this is Kiki's profile on Deckable. Okay, and by the way, I don't think I mentioned it, maybe I mentioned it once, but we have a special category in Deckable. We have a partnership with Deckable, and we have a category that's called Oracle Cards Magic by Katya McEwen. We have over 80 decks. So if you click on this one, and I'm going to open it in a new tab, and I'll show it later. But if you click on this category, you can see all of the decks that this community created. Okay, and I mean all of the decks that have been published on Deckable. So here is Kiki, and she has several decks. One is Brave Heart, Journey of Courage. Healing begins with a brave heart. And then another is Fairies. So I think Fairies were your first one, or this one was your first one?
Fairies was my first one. The Brave Heart was just the one that I posted just for because it's Cancer Awareness Month, Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and so yeah.
Yeah, you just done this one, right? I haven't seen
this
one yet. Yeah, I just want to say that I haven't seen it on Deckable yet. So not only that she created one, but now she has two and creating another one, right? So it's just absolutely incredible. And so those are the decks, and I will share that link inside community. And I also share it right now on Zoom as well. So if you want to support Kiki, you're absolutely welcome to do that. There is no pressure. We're just sharing here. Okay. So that's fantastic. And also, I also mentioned that inside on an earlier call, inside our new school community, because this is becoming our free community, then inside this community, we will have the directory where you can go and you can check out all of the members, whoever is active member in Oracle Cards Magic, all of the members' decks or their links to any of their website or any other products. It's just my way of thanking them for their loyalty, for being the members. And I build communities not just for myself, but also for all of my members, so they can practice sales and marketing And trust me, they're not going to spam this community like we've been seeing some spammy messages have been deleting and banning some people. They don't do that. Okay. Yeah, so that's a couple of decks from Kiki. Anything else you would like to share with us, Kiki, or say something? If somebody, let's say, on an offense, what would you tell them?
If they get offended, talk about it. And generally when we talk, we're not meaning to offend anybody. And it can be tricky sometimes. And
No, I
and
mean
we
if they are on the fence to join, if they thinking kind of like,
oh
should I join or should I not join?
oh yeah. Okay, sorry. You should do it. If you're already thinking about it, do it. If the seed's been planted and that's why you're thinking about it, so just go ahead. And there's nothing you can lose, really. But
And we don't question you when you want to
No.
cancel. You can cancel it yourself, by the way, but sometimes people are like, oh my God, I'm not sure how. If you send us email, we will make sure that we cancel it. We'll reply to you. And because we know you might move to the different project, next year or whenever. We totally understand that, right? So
Yes.
that's why
Yeah,
we do launches several times a year.
Yeah, and I just want to thank you too for your time. I really appreciate your time, and we can leave a message for you, and you reply back really quickly too. And before I was always scared to ask because I just like, oh my gosh, I think I'm crazy or I'm just like dumb or something, but it wasn't like that after a while.
No, you think a lot of people might think I don't want to ask question because I don't want to. It's a silly question. There is no silly questions, right? So absolutely not. And that's one of the things that is very, very important. Andrea, the currency is United States. My company is in US. I lived 10 years in the United States, moved back to Canada right now, but currently I'm still operating it in US. So currency is in US. Yeah. Good question. Good question. Okay. Thank you so much, Kiki. I so appreciate for you being here, and I am so proud how brave you are and how you volunteered to be here at the round table. Thank you.
Yeah, and thank you everybody too. Thank you.
Thank you. What a great accomplishment. I'm just so, my heart is so warm. It's to see people to grow. And we talked about it at the first call as well. Jen was talking, showing her progress in design, right? Not necessarily cards, but the whole progress of her skills, of designing skills. But it's so much more, because building a product or building entrepreneurship, you always have to build yourself and become a different version of yourself. And that is very, very important. Okay. Okay, perfect. So Angela said that she would like to go next. Absolutely. As long as she's ready, just let me know. You ready? Yeah, okay. So let me just spotlight you. And there is a couple of questions here. I'm not, Heather said, I'm not sure my cards are cohesive even in the categories. Okay. What I will do, Heather, if you have a link to your Canva, or if you want to share your screen after we talk to Angela, then I will be happy to review it and give my feedback. Does that work? Okay, perfect. Okay, awesome. So Angela, welcome back.
Hello.
She's coming again. She was here and earlier as well. Again, I don't force my members to come. They volunteer here, but I do appreciate when they're here, because it's just more time for me to spend with them and with all of you guys as well. So any questions you have maybe for Angela? No? Okay. So yes, then you go ahead and share anything you want, Angela.
Okay. So I joined the Oracle Magic back in June or July, I think it was. I actually looked up the date and now I don't remember it again, but it was June or July. And I made my first Oracle deck really soon after that. My Sacred Wild Oracle deck. I have it here.
Yeah, close to your face
Here
so we
it
can
is.
see it. Yeah. Awesome.
So I just finished my second one though now on this adventure that we've been doing. I'm really happy with it. I went with moths as my theme because it's kind of like a
Let me pull it
misfit.
up because it's absolutely
Yes.
brilliant. So let me just
Thank
pull it
you.
up. I'm just going to go to all the, and if you haven't checked, and by the way, I'm going to show you quickly something. If you haven't checked the finishers post, I on purpose structure and it's the way that you can go and check all of those decks, okay? Angela
Oh,
was
that's
our
nice.
first finisher, so congratulations. And I think we have a
Thank you.
couple of more while I was on a call, but I will address it when we finish with a call. So this is a card that she created during this adventure. So go ahead and talk about them and I will kind of flip through them.
So I went with moths as a theme, and that's what came to me during day one when we did our visualization and everything. Because they're often looked at as pests more than anything else, or like butterflies, like ugly cousin. But they're just as beautiful and just as magical as butterflies are. And to me, it represents those of us that are kind of on the outskirts. We're a little different. Something like that is how I see it, like misfits, you know, that kind of thing. And I ended up going with the mixed media collage. I was trying to do a different thing. I was trying to do a watercolor and it just wasn't turning out the way I wanted. And I went back and looked through Katya's document on like different styles and stuff you can do. And I went, oh, I love the mixed media. It's Rebecca Campbell does all her decks that way and I love her decks. So I started generating those and that was just perfect. It hit exactly what I wanted it to do.
It's absolutely gorgeous. I am just, it kind of has a little bit of Rebecca Campbell's
Yeah,
fun,
little
except how you did the text, she does it on hers on the bottom.
Yep.
But other than that, it has a bit, but I love the way you done it. And it does
Thank you.
have her feeling there and
Mhm.
all of the beautiful moss and also all of the beautiful collages that you done. And you done the collages in Canva, is it right?
No, I actually did all of this through Midjourney.
Oh, all of it's from Midjourney. Amazing. Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
I
you
came up
start,
with
the
some
reason
really
I
great
thought,
things.
because you posted other pictures of the moss
Yes.
first, but you went and you redone them. Wow.
Yep.
Just absolutely incredible. Incredible.
It was a lot of
Love it.
fun. So any of you that are considering joining Oracle Magic, please do. The community is great. Katya, her enthusiasm and passion just comes off of her in waves like an aura. It's beautiful to watch, and everybody is so supportive of each other. It's a really good community.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. We do take a lot of pride in what we're building with myself, and I'm pretty much running it on my own. I do have 2 team members, very part-time team members. They probably work for me between 4 and 8 hours a month. And so other than that, it's all on me. I'm a solopreneur. And but I like it this way because I can actually be connected with community. And I don't want it any other way. So one of the things that I said that right from the beginning, I don't want this community to be more than 300 people. So we're at about 150, 160 right now. And I would cap it at that. And the reason is because I want to be hands-on. Because I love connecting with you. I love to see transformations like yours, Angela, so quick, and you were able to do that. But I also love to see transformations like Kiki's, right? So, and it has nothing to do with cards. Because when you start designing decks, to me, in my opinion, the decks are a healing tool for you first and then for others. Because as you're designing it, you're healing so many things. You're healing so many blocks. You're healing so many limiting beliefs. You're healing other stuff. For me, that's what it was. The whole AI images, if you watch the video about me, if not, you can see it inside community. But that's how it was for me. When war in Ukraine started and my whole family was there, and not whole, but a lot of my family is still there, I needed distraction. And I will be very honest, I needed distraction. So I started playing with AI images and it turned into completely something different, right? So, and then one night, and I probably didn't talk about that, but one night I had a dream that I am going to create this community And in a dream, it was told to me exactly the free guides that I will give to people so I can attract them and start building audience and everything else. And I'm still using that guide. It looks very different. Inside Oracle Cards Magic, you guys actually have access to both of them, my initial one and the one that you have now. A lot of people came here, even to this adventure through that, through those Facebook ads, right? So, and that all came to me downloaded through the dream, right? So, and it just, I believe that cards are and decks are the healing tools. And first of all, for us first, right? So yeah, amazing, amazing. Okay, let me see here. Anything else? No? And I do
No.
have your link, so we'll put it on. So
Okay.
that's amazing. And you have your other deck already,
Mhm.
right? So that's
Yep.
the ones that you showed us, and this is a new one, so you'll be doing it soon. So
Yes.
you actually use print on demand. You're
Yes,
not
I do.
using like a fancy printing, you're not using fancy paper, you're using it very simple prints
Mhm.
that you don't need to have a large investment.
Right.
You just, you just created the account and you put it on print on demand and people can just purchase it. And if they purchase it, you don't have to worry about going to the post office and shipping it.
Mhm.
It's all
Right.
done for you. Yeah. So the downfall, downside of the print on demand is the profit is very small, right?
Mhm.
So,
Right.
but there is a huge benefit. There is no upfront investment, right? So there is no time for you to ship it or anything like that. So you can start where you can start. And like for Angela, she's starting now. And when she can sell more decks, then she can start thinking, okay, proceeds from the sales from the decks, now I can start thinking about the bulk printing.
Mhm.
And in this adventure, one of the gifts I gave you is a profit calculator. So you can go and grab it and you can see the difference. I'm giving you comparison to sell it on Deckable, to sell it on print on demand or bulk order. Okay.
The
Awesome.
other downside to print on demand is also it can be like 4 to 6 weeks before it's printed,
Yeah.
depending on how much they have in queue already. So that's the other downside. But I
Yes.
found that that's the best for me right now because of the cost
Yes.
and
Yeah.
me not having to handle shipping and all of that.
Yeah. As long as they're upfront and they know, right? So when
Yes.
somebody is ordering, they will say how long it will take. So it's
Mhm.
definitely another downside, and it depends on the company too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for being here again. Okay.
Thank
I
you.
really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Awesome. So let me see if I have any other questions. I know I had question from Heather. So I'm going to take, and Heather, are you in a rush or can we wait till we finish and then I'm going to go so I can spend more time with you and don't rush you. I just want to make sure. So Janet, I think, wants to go next. So Janet, go ahead. Okay, Heather can wait. Okay, awesome. I just wanted to make sure. So Janet, go ahead. And let me spotlight you now that you are on a video. Hello, hello, welcome, amazing. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good this evening.
Good, good.
I think I've been with you for almost 2 years now.
Wow, thank you. Thank you for your loyalty. Thank you for being here. Because then you also in Certified Deck Creator program and you also have clients who you're designing for right now. So which is incredible to see that progress as well. So thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Let's see. I have 2 decks on Deckable, and I'm working, of course, on the 25 cards because I'm going to be in the finishing. I am.
Of course, you're going to be a finisher. Yes, because you declared it and you created that intention, and you will be a finisher.
Yes, I am. I'm really bad about procrastinating, which I am working on. So I have like 3 decks that are in progress. The one I'm doing it's a dog. It's a dog and in astrology, but I'm going out from the angle of a self-help to learn about yourself with the keywords and everything. for this. I have one I'm working on with emotions. And then I have a rewrite and write. Yeah. Rewrite and rise, because trauma and abuse and like that is really important to me. So I'm developing this series with cards and books and journals and stuff like that.
Yeah. So I have a
Yes.
question for you. Let me share your deckable page. And when I do that, did you actually sell any decks? I keep forget to ask this question. And I remember I said that you're not going to make full-time income right away with the decks. And unless you have a large audience, unless you are Rebecca Campbell and you're with Hay House and all of that stuff, I wanted to make it up front, but you can make additional income. So have you sold any decks?
Yes, I sold a couple of my first deck.
This one?
The Wisdom of the Natural World Oracle series.
Yeah.
And actually the second one there is part 2 of this series that I'm doing.
That's awesome. And you at least
some.
sold 6
Yes.
because you have 6 reviews. And that probably more than that because not everyone loves the review.
Right. It's always a nice surprise. I mean, you don't make like a big amount of money, but it's always a nice surprise to get that little quarterly check, whatever it is from
Deckable. Yeah. So it's not a check, it's a payment that comes once in a quarter. And when you sell it, and you can again use the profitability calculator, it will show you exactly what is the profit will be depending on the price. Okay. Awesome.
I would encourage anybody to join any of Katya's groups. They are all, I think I'm in most of them. But they are awesome. Like everyone has said that they're so supportive. You put a question up there, you get answers, you can get different viewpoints from, because we're all so different. So, I mean, you don't just get one way to look at it, things. You get multiple. Katya has always been there. And like Kiki, this is still very hard for me, but I would not talk 2 years ago, or, I was very shy, stayed in the back. And I don't do that as much now. I still do, because I trip over my words and sometimes I can't think of them. But Katya's been great for my confidence and helping me along. And she does that not just for me, but for everybody in the group. She's always there.
Yeah. And you had your first kind of public speaking appearance and you were very nervous last time. Yes. So this one is your second time coming to Roundtable, like that was last year, or in January. It was this year, but in January. But it's amazing to see your progress as well. And progress not only in confidence, but progress in your design skills too, right? So there is so many layers when we create a project or create a business.
Yes.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. Any questions for Janet? I'm going to, go ahead. Of course, you can say anything you want.
Okay, one more thing about if you have chronic illnesses or have times when you can't work, the group is great because it's set up that if you have to take a time off, you can just come right back and pick up where you're left off. You don't even really football. You're missing stuff, but you don't feel like it. You just take it back up.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's awesome. Awesome. Any questions for Janet? No? And then Angela, thank you for, she said she needed to go. Thank you for coming second time too. Okay, wonderful. Great. And we'll definitely put Janet in the directory as well. And I'm just so grateful that you're here and grateful that you've been the member for so long. Who wants to go next? We have Ronnie and we have Berglund, right? Did I miss anyone else? Let me see here. No, I don't think I missed anyone else. Open up or don't? Anybody? And if you don't want to go, it's totally fine. If you can just came to listen, I'm okay with that too. Yeah, no problem, Ronnie. Will, good. Yes. So I want to share actually, since she's here, I am going to share her deck that she built during this adventure. And it's just so cool. It's so different. Can you talk like for 2 minutes what it is about? So to me, it's about emotions. Is that correct?
It's not exactly about emotions. It came about with an exercise that I'm doing in my art therapy course, and it's about teaching children about stress and how it affects their bodies. So it's in different categories because there's, you know, cognitive responses, physical responses, and all the rainbow ones at the bottom are, you know, the positive things that you can do to help to reduce stress and to deal with it. So that's basically what the whole thing is about.
That's amazing. And images are just so good. And because it's for children, I wanted to ask, my next question was it for children? Of course, the adults can use it as well, but because it's for children, they're just so bright and cartoon characters. And you prompted it so well with all of the like frustration and worry. And one of them was one of my favorite. I don't know if I can find it now. This one, sadness. So it was so cool. And you actually mentioned that she does look sad, but it's just, you know, it's in a moment, but she's still happy, but just
got those little, yeah, the picture came up with those cute little flowers in her hair, but she's so sad. So, you know, like some of these faces when they generated, it was like, oh my gosh, that's so cute. Oh my, I've got to use that one. So yeah, I fell in love with a lot of the little faces. And
incredible.
Yeah, and Midjourney was having issues with, especially with frustration. I was trying to get the steam coming out of her ears. Sideways, and it didn't matter what I wrote, whether I wrote horizontal steam or steam coming out sideways, it all came out of the top of their heads. So I ended up going into Canva and finding a perfect little bit of steam and making it come out of the ears. So the majority of
that.
Here
I found it. Frustration.
Yeah.
I love that.
The ones out the top are from Midjourney and the ones out the side are from Canva. So Midjourney wouldn't put shutter lines on them. So it's kind of like a mixture of the two to get them to do what they're supposed to do.
Yeah. And that's why I always say, you know, 80% is where you're going to stop, because otherwise you will be prompting forever. Sometimes you can get it to the 100% prompt, but most of the time you actually can't. And then you can go to Canva or any other editing software. And again, inside membership, we have tons of training on that, how to do that as well. So thank you, Ronnie. I know you need to go to work. So thank you for sharing your beautiful new deck and talking about that. Okay. And Ronnie again is in Australia. So if you are down under, we do have members from down under as well. Okay, in Australia and Tasmania as well. Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, and Brooklyn, do you want to go next? And then I will be answering Heather's question. I think it was Heather, and let me just make sure. Okay, let's see. Brooklyn, let me spotlight you. There you go.
Thank you. So yeah, I've been in the membership 2 years, I think. I actually have no clue. But I have a feeling it is 2 years, maybe a little more. So I started, I started out of curiosity. I saw you post in a totally different Facebook group, and I was like, huh, that's curious. That's interesting. That's different. I better check it out. Here I am. Still. So yeah, I started slowly just dabbling and playing and came back and forth to it. And And then I decided there was some challenge you were running last fall. I don't remember, get stuff uploaded to Dackable or something. And there was some big challenge, and like the deadline was like Thanksgiving week, and I got it in like this, like a nick of time. And the week before, I redesigned the whole thing because
Yeah, we like to motivate you, and I like to do, and last year, what I've done, similar to what you received, like 12 days of magic, but you got all the gifts, right? So the ones that I gave from me. But last year, what I done for all of the members, if you completed your deck and published it on Deckable by November, by Thanksgiving, because I need time to organize stuff, then in the week between Christmas and New Year, and I think it was until January 6th. So after the Christmas, I've done 12 days of magic, but I wasn't promoting anything of mine. I was promoting members' decks, and they got a lot of sales from that too. So I promoted it to my list, to my followers and everything else. I wasn't promoting myself, I was promoting them. So that's the one that Berglund is talking about. We do like to set certain deadlines because it's just a human nature. Like for me, I'm neurospicy. So for me, it's either now or not now. If there is no deadline, there's not now, right? So, and for a lot of people, and it's not only because of neurospicy, for a lot of busy people, that's how it is, right? So you need a deadline so you can get motivated. The same, look at how many finishers we have. If I would just say, oh, it's there for you, finish anytime you want, I probably won't see any finishers actually.
Yeah, if it wasn't for that, I would still be like dabbling on figuring out how to upload to Deckable. So yeah, it helps to have a deadline. If you're gonna, do something, or at least you have put in the sort of the motion to get stuff done.
Yeah,
it is also just to move on. And so of course I had to move on to the next step, and that was, from digital deck, and like, oh yeah, that's no big deal to get it printed, right? So that has been my exercise this year of finding printers, getting unbelievable collection of paper or cardstock or paper stock in general. I spend way too much time on researching. It has been a learning curve for sure. And so right now I have 4 prototypes of decks from 4 different
And by the way, Berglund is now our resident pro at all of the paper and thickness and all of that stuff. She can tell you better than I can. I left all of those samples when we moved last year in August from US to Canada. I had to get rid of a lot of stuff, and I did not have to, but I wanted to, and I left all of them. But Berglund is our resident who can give you all of that advice and thickness of a paper and how one feels versus another and everything else.
Yeah, that was quite interesting. So now I'm waiting for my first deck to be shipped out. So I went through, like, I really wanted to make the POD thing to work, and I'm just very I have high expectations. If I'm selling something that I feel like it needs to be a solid product, I need to also feel good about the whole thing, like the cards and the boxes and the whole bit. And
And you do have a wait list right now for people who, well, first of all, show us your physical deck. You have like 3 or 4 samples. Show us one, please. And then you do have a wait list, right? So I know I am on a wait list, and I'm very impatiently waiting.
Oh, yeah. So my first thing is what I got in early spring was from MPC, and that's their samples are just absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
Is that how I should hold this so it doesn't get out of focus? but they do the whole bit with the gilded edges and everything is super smooth and the box is just gorgeous. So since I started like with a high quality company, I wasn't really willing to step down. And I have a champagne taste on a seltzer budget. So anyway, I went through a couple of different companies, and one of them is Superior Pod out of New York State. I liked working with the team, but if it wasn't for the fact that I was picky about the finishes of the edges of the card, the corners, excuse me. I can't talk in a complete sentence.
Good.
So I found out in their process they did do the corners like as a step 2, like the first cut the main lines, and then they do the rest. And you could see it in the badge. Of course, I have been playing with them, but you could literally see they take the 6, I believe it is 6 cards on a sheet, and you could see when you line them like in the number sequence, you can see the tiniest little line in the top. And then maybe I'm going bonkers, but I just want this to be perfect. So anyway, that was that. And then I got a sample also from the Deck Crafter, Deck Print Deck Crafter. I think their product, the cards are nice, and they have like the space in the box for a booklet. They only offer 2 size tuck boxes, so it is either like a very roomy or too tight. So I was like, and with them, I did not have the money to get a booklet. So it was like the cards are going to be like rolling around in here. But other than that, it worked fine. I mean, the print is fine. It's just me being picky. And my last one is from China, from Ralph, our buddy Ralph.
Yeah, we have somebody who actually was the only company, and I talked to in only membership or only people who can get access to small bulk print. And when I say small bulk print, it's $100. Sorry, $100, 100 decks, the minimum 100 decks. If you work with any kind of Chinese manufacturing companies, there will be minimum 1,000. You might be lucky if you get 500. And the prices on 500 that they're giving you will be more expensive than what we get on 100. And that is something only available for the members, because you're saving so much money. And we have a really good agreement with him that he is doing it for our members. Yeah.
And with his pricing is better than from a company that is a couple of 100 miles away from me, which makes me sad. So their sample is because it is a one-off. He did not want to do the golden edges. It would have cost, that would be $250. This was only $150. So I like the box. I got the ISBN code on it. Very proud of myself doing that. And in the price, I got the tiniest little booklet. It's just going to be a black and white, the reason I did that is after me kind of like asking in the group, like, what should I do? What should I do? Like,
and also remember, you cannot get ICBN number if you don't have book.
I know.
Right? So, well, in US, it's different in every country, so please check with your country. I'm not a lawyer. Here is a disclosure, right? So please double check on all of those things. like
Yeah,
legal
yeah.
stuff.
Canada has another one, and then the European Union has a different setup. So long story short, the deck is coming. I changed the front. I decided that it was too much stretching the gold, or basically the backside of the cards all over. In the end, I didn't like that. So, I mean, that's what I did. So I decided to
Change it a
go
little
back
bit,
to
yeah.
my original, which is basically a little bit more colorful.
Yeah. Thank you so much for spending so much time and sharing it with everyone who is listening, because it's tremendous. Like when Berglund was going through all of this roller coaster, and it was truly a roller coaster, she would record videos for us and show what she gets and everything else. So she is ahead of so many of us who are not like, I have my printed deck, but just for myself. But there is a reason why I'm not doing it yet, because I'm doing Kickstarter, and Kickstarter is completely different animal. So I don't need it until I'm actually in Kickstarter campaign, and I can actually raise money through Kickstarter for deck as well.
Yeah.
So there is like a different ways that you can do that as well. So thank you so much. Any questions, please? Information that members are providing for you guys today, it's invaluable. Normally it's only available in membership, or you have to find a lot of stuff, but they just freely sharing it all with you, right? So take advantage of that. So if you have any questions, please ask them. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I went through it. At least I can give a slight insight, at least from my point of view, instead of you looking at a company's sales page. There is, of course, always pros and cons, and it's a matter of taste. But I highly recommend everyone get the prototype. Because they are wildly different. They're the same size practically. Yes, it is a work to adjust, to their particular template size and all of that. But it's so important to know exactly what the product looks like and feels like. I think I feel like so much more confident with sending it out in the world when I actually have gone through all
And you, not only that you want to feel comfortable, but also, is this meeting available for replay? Yes, Andrea, is this meeting available until October 6th? Everything that is happening in this adventure will be available until October 6th. After that, it all migrates, okay? So into membership or Secret Keepers. So if you guys, I totally understand the budget sometimes, and I will never say you can create budget. No, I would never do that. And my members will attest to that. But if it's not within budget right now, but you want to keep all this information at least for this adventure, so that can move you a few steps ahead, just purchase one time $47 and Secret Keepers, and you can keep all of this training forever, including with the tools and everything else, and with the calls as well, okay? But yeah, absolutely, it's available until October 6th, absolutely free as well. And couple of things that I wanted to add here, that what we recommend, how do you find it to watch? Everything is great question. So the way you find this to watch, you're actually going to go into community. Everything is under Fortune Teller Adventures, and it's organized, everything on the left-hand side. This is where you can see, and all of the dates organized there. And you have finisher calls. You already have a roundtable number 1 already here. Number 2 will be, it's on a post, but it will be all organized and linked to here, so it's easier for you to find. Okay, good question. Yeah. So Janet, a question: when Give me 1 second. Did I stop sharing or not? What's happening here? Okay. One moment, guys. A little bit technical issues here. Okay, when do we need our decks completed to be in the finishers? By 1 o'clock Pacific time on Monday. Okay, 1 o'clock Pacific time on Monday. And if you want to also qualify for the grand prize, then you need to complete all home plays for each 3 days. You need to make sure that you post. Home play has like 1, 2, 3, 4, some of them 1, 2, 3. So you need to post all of that and share your takeaways and all of that stuff. And all of that needs to be in by 1 o'clock on Monday, because we have our secret call on Monday. It's about 90 minutes. And after this call and between our close and 5 o'clock, so I have only 2 hours to actually get through all of the names and make sure I did not miss anyone for the grand prize. Okay. So yes, that's how you can get to the finisher. Okay, great questions here. And thank you again. You come in for the second call, and I totally appreciate your time, because it's just invaluable for me that you wanted to come and share it with the community and share just what you experience, and truthfully you just share that. Okay.
Yeah. I'm working on my finisher deck, so I
yes,
might as
you
well.
are the finisher. I know that. Okay, awesome, fantastic. Thank you so much, Bergant. I so appreciate you. Thank you. Okay. Carrie said, do we post under comments or will you post on finisher post? You did. Do you post under comments for, so if you, good question. So Carrie, when you finish your 25 cards, you're going to make a new post and you're going to pick category, and category is going to be Finishers Club, and you're just going to write a post. Very similar, like if I go to, so if I go to Finishers category, by the way, how you do that, you can just go here under more. Can you go to Finishers Club? We have Deborah, Nicole. Nicole, you were Nicole. Hopefully you're still here. Congratulations. I didn't do that yet. I didn't see yours yet. Okay, so I think I'm only one who I missed. And you just going to say here, my cards are completed, and all I need is the screenshots of your cards, just like you see from Ronnie, or just like you see from Isha. All you will do, you just grab the screenshot of 25 cards and just post it in here, okay? And that will, this is how I find all the finishers. I just go to Finisher Club category and I see who finished. But if you're asking me, how would I know if you completed your homework? I will go through all finishers. I'm not going to go through everybody because I only will go through finishers. And those people, like, for example, Deborah, if she finished, I will go day by day. So day 1, for example, and then I am going to go and I'm going to find her here. And I have other way to find her, but I can see her right here. And she already made a comment, so I know that she completed that requirement. Okay, that's how I go through everyone and make sure that you are actually in as a finisher, and you also qualify for grand prize. And 2 things are different. If you finished your 25 cards, but you didn't make a comment, you still will be in a finishers club. So you might want to ask or remember, I know there's a lot going on. What does it mean to be in a finisher club? Well, one thing is you're teaching yourself to trust yourself, because you really set the intention, you made a decision to finish 25 cards and you completed it. So that teaches you self-trust, and that's big, that's huge, right? So, and of course, we'll congratulate you, and the community will support you as well. But you also get access to the finisher class and finishers club, and you cannot purchase finishers club. You can only get finishers club if you finish, okay? And also you can win a finishers club if you made comments on a specific post. You can read it in day 3, okay? So Inside Finisher Club, you have one of my most favorite by clients visualization of Meet Your 85-year-old self. This is not hypnosis, this is guided visualization. You have 1,000 prompts, literally over 1,000 prompts for all kind of like cinematic portraits, clip art, coloring books, famous landmarks, fantasy, painting, landscapes, multiple people, and so on and so forth. So you have over 1,000 prompts here. You also have 24 prompts specifically for Mythic Goddess. It's a little library, and that's included all of their symbols for each goddess that is included here, and the prompts are ready for you as well. So that's what's included in the Finishers Club. And as I said, nobody can purchase Finisher Club. You can only get into the Finishers Club. Okay. Yes. Awesome. You're very welcome. Jillian, thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate you. Okay. Birthday lunch. Yes. Happy birthday again. Janet said, I struggle with execution a lot. I can research and create, but have a problem with finishing with publication and sales. I need hard deadlines. Yes. So here is a hard deadline for you. You are a finisher and you have your deadline. Okay. Awesome. Now I want to address a couple of things. Number one, I am going to answer Heather's question. So I'm going to pull that. But while I'm pulling the Heather information here, I really want to talk about using different AIs than Midjourney. You can use any AI as you want. There is two things. I will not be able to help you troubleshoot other programs because I don't know them. But that is not even that important because a lot of prompts will work on most of the programs. What is important if you're using any other AI, you need to read terms and conditions. You need to make sure that there is a commercial use and then you can use it. Even with the Gemini, as much as I love Gemini and it does create a lot of incredible things, Gemini has a very vague terms and conditions when it comes to commercial use. They don't have a clear commercial use. They don't tell you if you can use it commercially or not. It's kind of really vague. So that's Gemini. Any other programs, I have no idea. The reason I recommend Midjourney is because they have a very clear rules for commercial use that you can use these images that you created and you can sell them and you can profit from them. That is very important if you decide, like Andrea, for example, Andrea said that she wants to move from passion project into the passive income, right? So, and if that's the case, if you're planning to sell products with your images, you need to make sure that those AI softwares that you're using have commercial use, okay? So I just want to ensure that everyone understands it because it's super important, okay? So now, saying that, was a little bit of lecture, okay? So I just passionate about it. I don't want you to get sued or penalized, and I'll give you examples of when you're purchasing fonts, for example, for a website, and you're using it on a website, not many people read the commercial use. And a lot of times it will say you can use it to up to so many, like let's say up to 1 million or up to 500,000 views. But what if you have a very large business and you're running Facebook ads and you have millions of impressions? So what will happen, this company will find your ad and they will send you cease and desist and they will force you to take this font off your website. And some of them will even sue you and say, hey, you have more than 500,000 views, now you owe us the money. So that's why I'm so passionate about it, because I don't want you to be in a position when you are successful with your deck, and I always look for the best case scenario. I want you to have profit when you sell on your deck, and I don't want you to be in a position where you can't, where you will be sued by somebody. So if you're using other companies, you're welcome to use anything that you want. I'm not affiliate of Midjourney. You cannot be affiliate of Midjourney. So I don't gain or lose anything from that, but I just beg you to check terms and conditions and really read the small font and understand the rights and understand those commercial rights, okay? Alrighty, Heather. And I have your Canva here. Can you open up? You don't need to come on video, but just if you can open your mic and let me know what would you like me to help you with.
I have, I think it starts at image 13. So some of these I've put in 13 through 22. I have 6 categories, and 44 cards that I mapped out, but I'm wondering if they look cohesive enough even within their categories.
Okay, so you have a different categories, and it looks like you're using the same style.
Yeah, I
So,
am.
yeah, so they are. So
Okay.
I'm not seeing anything wrong with them. The only ones that stand out are my examples here because I know your cards, right?
Yeah.
So this one's you totally see different style, right? So, but this one's are cohesive. So they're absolutely gorgeous. They're beautiful. And when I say cohesive, they don't need to be super like in the same color. And sometimes people think, and the reason I'm going to show you something, one of my white labels that I sell and that you can win, this is a Witchy Images, right? So
Yeah.
they're not only cohesive, but they also very similar, but that was done on purpose. You don't need to do that. That's absolutely not necessarily. Right?
Okay.
So yeah, so this one was done on purpose because just for the whole theme, kind of Halloween and witchy theme, that's why it was done. Yours are very, very cohesive. They are absolutely beautiful. If I to give you feedback, and can I give you feedback?
Yes, please.
Okay, because I always ask for permission, okay, and consent. So if only feedbacks that I will give you is your font, it doesn't stand out, it's hard to
Yeah.
read, right? So we definitely need to put overlay or maybe lines there, whatever the way you decide to do, but
Right.
that is something that we definitely need to think about.
Yeah.
And second thing that you need to think about, you can just copy this and you can overlay it, and don't worry, I'm not changing anything. I will show you what it is. You need to make sure that your text is within that red line. You see that red line?
Yeah.
Right now it's going to, and I know you're just starting, but I'm just showing you how to make sure whenever you decide on a printer, if you print in them, then it's going to be really important because otherwise it will cut off your words, right? So
Yeah.
right there. But other than that, your cards are absolutely stunning.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my goodness, am I I couldn't
Yeah,
get
no, they are the same style. They all in this pencil drawing, looks like pastel pencil drawing
Yeah.
here, right? So, and they are all in the same style. They have different colors. That's fine, right? So they have different colors. It's totally fine. But it's the same, like, same medium, right? So we're looking at the same medium here, and they're very, very cohesive and they're gorgeous. They're absolutely beautiful. Yeah. So I love that. And here you just looks like you're playing with like, using, and you don't need to have those lines. Your images are so beautiful. If I would be you, I would play with overlays. So I just duplicated it so I can show you what I can do with that. You'll go under elements and you will play with overlay, and you can do some different colors. Like for example, maybe we can try find gold overlay. And yeah, gold sometimes maybe not a good one. Let me see here, because it's dark blue, maybe navy. Okay, and let's see if we have graphics in navy overlays. This one is not bad because I can turn it around here. Okay, so what we can do, we can just use this overlay and it will be very seamless. See how it doesn't affect your card?
Yeah.
And you can then also use it a little bit more transparent because you want to see that portion, right? So you can just do it this way. And now already you see how that words stand out to compare it to this one.
Yeah.
And then you can just flip it and do the same thing with this one. Oh, no, it needs to be vertical. And I'm going to do the same thing here, okay? And then we're going to grab that and we're going to put your words above it. And we are going to change transparency to Oh, not of the words, transparency of this. Okay. And already, if I compare it, you can see that words stand out, and your card, like let's do here, like this is a card, the ones that you had, and this is how it looks. It has a little bit dark theme to that, but your words immediately stand out.
Okay.
And this way you can use the full bleed, right? They call it full bleed with nothing else. You have a full bleed of the image and there is no lines, so you can do it this way as well.
Oh, that's awesome. I like that. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome, and you have it in your file now, so you can use the similar approach for your other cards as well. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Awesome.
Great.
Fantastic. Okay.
Thank you.
We have here, and let's see. Good to know. How about editing the images in Canva? Can you, Andre, if you're still here, can you let me know what do you mean editing the images in Canvas? I just need to understand what your question is before I answer.
Yeah, I just I'm doing these simple images on Midjourney, and as I'm doing them, I wanted to make it simple and streamlined as possible, not complicated and cohesive. So what I was thinking, can I add elements to it in Canva, that because I'm not really familiar with Canva, I'm just still getting my head around it, and is it easy to do? Yeah.
100%. Yes. So let me show you. So I'm going to use Heather file here, right? So, and I'm just going to add another one so we don't mess up with her file. I am going to grab, I'm just going to do blank, and I'm going to delete it after. Okay, here's one blank one. Okay, and let's say you use something very simple, and I'm just going to go and find a very simple line art. Just super simple. I'm trying to find something that is going to be, okay, let's say this was your image that you created in Midjourney, right? So, and then you wanted to add any layers here. You can add as many layers as you want. So for example, maybe you wanted to add a flower of life as a layer there, and you want it to be subtle, show up. And this one obviously has background, but with the Canva, we can remove background easily, and we can see, yeah, image is pretty solid, and we can move that transparency so you're not going to see it very well. That's probably not the best image for this particular one, but I just wanted it just a demonstration, right? So the lines are too thick to compare. The reason I'm saying, and I'm explaining it, why I'm saying that it's not a good image, because the lines of it is much thicker than the line in the art. So immediately you have a dissonance, and your buyers or whoever looking at it, they would feel that there is something wrong with this image because of just a different line thickness here, right? So, but this is how you can add different elements also inside our, and I think it was day 3, I'm pretty sure, but let me just double check, that I provided you with brand boards. Yes. So if I'm going to go and grab this one of these boards, then you notice that there is like a different elements, right? So
who you are is truly who you are, not who you didn't think you are, but it is more fruitful. There is more embodiment. Okay.
And then when you're looking at that, right? So when I looked at different elements, like that's how I show you in here, and the difference between card on the left and card on the right. Sometimes it's hard to see, but you see all of this little elements that kind of there.
Understood, but the second time I read it through.
Oh, I'm sorry, somebody is unmuted, so let me just do that. So when we are looking at these two cards, then you see that the difference is you have a different elements that they are, and a lot of times they are on subliminal way as well. Okay.
Yeah, I like that. Thanks, Katya.
Yeah, you're very welcome. So you can easily add a lot of things in Canva. That's why I always say 80%, if you're happy with 80% of what you created in AI, then you can bring it in Canva and you can add elements, remove elements. If you have a Canva Pro account, then you have a lot of other things. You can also use Canva AI. That's another one. They always change terms and conditions. Again, read the terms and conditions on that. Okay, awesome, fantastic. Anybody else? What a great call, and thank you for bringing all of your beautiful questions. We have one more call for questions. That is tomorrow at 11 o'clock my time. So it's literally just come in, ask me anything, I will be answering them. And there is like, if members are coming in, they might come, even my members might come in and say, can I ask a question? Of course you can. It's not only for participants in the adventure, everyone can come and ask. And then after that, we have Secret Keeper call, and that is only for existing members or new members. And let me just close that. I'm just going to go to calendar. So if you want to know what's happening, it's all here on the calendar. So tomorrow, this is a call. If you go from your profile, it will give you correct times in your time zone. And then on Monday, we have 1 p.m. secret call. So this call is only for secret keepers, okay? And actually have to remove that. And it will be different link too. And then we have a closing ceremony at 5 o'clock on Monday as well. This is when I'm drawing all the 60 prizes live. Right now, let me check. Last time I checked yesterday, we had only 38 submissions for the regular prizes. And if that's the case, then everyone will win something. And that's the reason I give a lot of prizes, right? So this way everyone feels that they got a little prize. So let's see how many submissions I have here right now. We have 40 right now. So, and I know there will be more submissions. If you are wondering, Katya, what the heck are you talking about? What submissions? So every day you had opportunity to find access code, access key code. And then all you have to do on a day 3 of the adventure, on the day 3, when you got to your activation code, and I'm not going to show you what it is, but at the bottom it says submit your entry spell to win amazing prizes, okay? And there is also a link to join membership. And when you open, you click on that, it's the form that's going to open, and you just need to answer the questions here. That's all, okay? You need to answer the questions here, and that what qualifies you for the prizes, for all of the prizes but grand prize. Remember, grand prize is different. To qualify for opportunity to win 1 year, which is annual membership for the full year, you need to be in Finishers Club first. That means you need to finish your 25 cards. And on top of that, you need to make sure you done your home play every day, and you actually comment it and share it on those posts that are in community. Yes, it's a little bit more work because I'm making you work because it's a big prize, okay? For the rest of it, it's pretty easy, pretty straightforward, and anyone can quickly do that, okay? Any other questions? I'm getting, tired here. So I am going to say goodbye unless we have another question. I do have another 9 minutes that I think I can last for another 9 minutes if we have questions. And I noticed that my ring light is super bright, and I did not turn on my big light in the room because it was still light when I started. Okay, you're very welcome, Andrea. Yes. So, and by the way, there are some people said that I read some feedback, and some people said, well, if it's October 10th, but I cannot join until like certain date, like a little couple of days later. If that's the case, just email us, okay? If you have something that you want to ask for the special things, please email us at oraclecardsmagic@gmail.com. And if you have any questions, let me make sure I spelled it correct, oraclecardsmagic@gmail.com, okay? So if you have any questions that are in regards to membership, if there is a couple of days of delay, we always will make accommodations, right? So I totally understand, some people get paid in another week or anything like that. just email us. Okay. Awesome. Heather said, gotta go. Kiddo in bed, put the bed. Thank you so much. You're very, very welcome. Love you guys. Appreciate you. I will take it that we don't have any more questions. And I will see you on tomorrow's call, or I will see you on Monday at the closing ceremony. And by the way, again, a link is working right now for the membership, so you can go ahead